forces coming home from Iraq, and would I meet him at the airport. He was not coming home in the passenger compartment. He was coming home in the baggage compartment, in the casket. And his parents couldn't be at the airport, and there was a request that I go to the airport. So we drove to the airport, and the passengers got off the U.S. Air flight, flooded into the terminal, and then the baggage comes down the conveyor belt, and then after that happens, a couple of soldiers climb up into the belly of the plane, and then out comes the casket with a flag draped on it. And the soldiers that were with me, of course, stood at attention. I put my hand on my heart and watched as that came down. You can imagine how the tears well in your eyes. And then I happened to look up in the terminal, and it's a big terminal there with big glass windows, and up against that glass wall are all the people who came off that flight, and a lot of people that were just walking by, all standing there looking, all with their hands on their hearts. This is a great nation that comes together when it's needed. The people of America always rise to the occasion. This is one of those occasions. We need America to be strong. It's essential that this nation remain the strongest nation on earth. Shimon Peres, the former Prime Minister of Israel, was in Boston. He was at a house. Someone asked him, "What do you think about the conflict in Iraq?" And he said, "You know, before I respond to that, I have to put it in context." He said, "In the history of the world, America is unique. In the history of the world," he said, "whenever there's been war, the nation that wins takes land from the nation that loses. Because land is the source of value on this planet, always has been." He said, "One nation in history, this during the last century, laid down hundreds of thousands of lives and took no land. No land from Germany, Japan, Korea. America is unique in history by virtue of its willingness to sacrifice for freedom and liberty for itself and for liberty-loving people around the world. We may not be perfect. We may make mistakes. But this nation is good, and it is strong, and it is great. And it's essential that this nation remain strong and good and great. And that's what my campaign is about. I need people like you to raise good kids, to be good aunts and uncles, to be wonderful grandparents, to do well at work, to come up with new ideas, to build new enterprises, to make sure that America remains the economic and family center of the world. That we are the nation that people look to with admiration, and that we have the kind of strength that will allow our values to always be held high. We are the hope of the earth. We always will be. And now that I have your credit card numbers, I'm going to get all your money and make sure I keep that message everywhere I go. Thank you so very much.